So there's two main styles of basic braids. They're both cornrows, but one is like a French braid cornrow, which means you're braiding inwards, and that's the one that most of us learned when we were little, but sometimes we're not taught the other way, which is the cornrow where the braid's sitting on top of the hair, or when people say plait, that's mostly what they're referring to. And so it's the inverse of what a lot of us are taught, and even though it seems easy, like you should be able to easily reverse it, it can be tricky, and a lot of people don't know how to do the opposite. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm just gonna do one on each side so you can see. Let me take down my cute little top knot. Sometimes I just break these instead of trying to untwist them. It's easier. Okay, so you'll need a fine tooth comb, and I'll just part my hair in the middle.
Hungry for the fame, but I never sell my soul. Living for the moment, trained to keep it silent is the code. What's the secret? The eyes are seen, but lips cannot disclose unto thy regime. Cause right between the eyes I seek the nose and smell the lies. You seem to think I'm those American through your clothes. Like some fire green you smoke to keep you high and feeling low. Who knows what life will bring? Those that know don't tell, but those that tell don't know.
So I'm gonna do the French braid style first. So that's the inwards one. The inwards one where your braid is not sitting on top of the hair. So I'm just gonna brush this out a little bit so it's easy when I'm separating my sections. This Pro Style, I use it for my edge control actually. I really like it, and it's dark. I have some that are the clear ones or like a different color one, which I mean some of them work really good, but I just love this dark one. It dries well, it doesn't flake. It's kind of like a little more watery base, I think, so it's not as, you know, gummy gacky. So the way you'll start is, so when you're braiding back, you'll start with like a triangle here and then start braiding back. But since I'm braiding down this way, it's gonna start as a flat rectangle. And I mean, you could still start at a triangle and then go down, but I want it to be in the center here. It's the only difference. So you'll grab a section. Okay, so 3 even pieces. And then you are going to go under. So, okay, so we're on the left side of the hair with your right hand's holding the piece closest to your forehead, and then your right hand is holding the other two. So the piece closest to your forehead in your right hand is going to go, over the middle piece. You should do this with me so I can talk you through it. Okay, that middle piece now becomes the one in my right hand. And then the farthest left one is gonna continue. They're all gonna be over. It's gonna go over the middle piece and it becomes the new middle. And then each time you're gonna grab just a tiny bit of hair from your head. So that's gonna join the one closest to my forehead in my right hand. It's gonna go over the middle to become the new middle piece. I'll put the new middle piece in my right hand. And then on my left hand, again, each time now we're gonna grab a little piece of hair. It's gonna go over the middle piece and become the new middle piece. Okay, see how it's starting to braid? Kind of hard to see there. So I'm gonna do that down a little bit and you just keep going like that. So grab a little bit of hair over the middle piece. Grab a little bit of hair over the middle piece.
Private themes, early bird will eat the worm, forever hope. Life's a dream and heaven knows, won't end up in hell I hope. Cry for wings, let my tears fill up till you could sail a boat. With 5 Marines aboard with purple hearts for up and thrown their coats. Not my quote, but this the realest thing that I didn't ever wrote. Okay, maybe not the realest thing, but still it's dope. Like people veins that needles drain the diesel through the strain.
A little piece of hair from the one in my right hand, close to my eye. Good, you should do this with me. Okay, going over the old middle piece, grabbing that old middle piece through, onto the left, and we're almost done. It's super quick once you get the hang of it. Left piece, grab a little bit of hair, becomes the new middle piece over that old middle piece. Grab the old middle piece through, and voila. And then you can just go your typical braid for a little bit down. So just the same way, you're just not adding in hair. So right over middle becomes the new middle, left over middle becomes the new middle, right over middle becomes the new middle, left over middle becomes the new middle. You know, you get it. So that's one way you can braid. That's the braid not sitting on top of your head, so more of like a French braid style. Okay, now I'm gonna show the other the other way, which is the way I always braid my hair, and the way you'll do it for most hairstyles.
I just thought that I should mention, I know you think it's talking that my walk is not convincing. Nothing I said was all you right, it's all of my opinion. Some schizophrenic thoughts inside my vault that I be fitting, that probably won't be bought with one rested about your pension. You tripping, but
okay, so for this side, I'm gonna do the same thing, spray a little water, just so it stays in a little bit better, so my stray hairs aren't flying away. Again, I don't brush my hair when it's dry normally, so make sure to spray a little water. Even now, I don't really like to do it, but I have a ton of product in my hair right now from a wash and go I did, so I feel a little more comfortable doing it. If you're somebody who never uses a paddle brush, I mean, use a comb, use your Denman brush, whatever your little heart desires. I'll put a little bit of Style Pro Edge Control. And really it is just practice, practice, practice. Just braid your own hair. Make your friends let you braid their hair. That's what I do. I just braid people's hair. I used to play basketball, and I was always like the team braider. Before games, they would have me braid their hair. Okay, same way we're gonna start. Again, just to reiterate, you could start at a triangle tip, and it would start at a point here and go down, or if you were braiding your hair down this way, you would start with the triangle. But since I'm going straight down this way, I'm gonna start with this long rectangle here as my base, just like I did on this side. So you're gonna start with the same 3 sections you started with before, equal sections. So if you remembered before, so do it with me, get your hair in 3 sections. Okay, if you remembered before, we started with going over this middle piece. So we had the one, so now the one that's close to your head is gonna be your left hand. Whereas when we were on this side, the one closest was your right. You're always reaching across your body with this one. So if you remember, we went over with that first piece. So what we're gonna do with this first piece instead is go under the middle piece so that the braid's gonna be sitting on top of your head. So going under, it becomes the new middle piece, and then this right hand is gonna go under that new middle piece. So So just instead of going over those pieces, now we're going under, and you're gonna continue the same way. So remember how we grabbed a little bit of hair each time? We're gonna do that here too. So I got my right, I'm gonna grab a little bit of hair, and I'm gonna go under this middle piece. So it's gonna become my new middle piece, and then my left hand is gonna grab that old middle piece. And then onto my right hand, grab a little bit of hair. I'm gonna go under this middle piece here that's in these fingers. It's gonna go under my middle piece. So it's becoming the new middle piece. And that old middle piece is gonna go into my left hand. And then I'm just gonna continue down like that. Grab a little bit of hair with my left hand, the one closest to my forehead. It's gonna go under the middle piece. I'll grab it with these two pincher fingers on my left hand. Now it's gonna become the new middle piece. And I'll grab the old middle piece with my left hand. Now it's closest to my forehead. And just continue down like that.
Sending wet and dreams, bet your nickels and dimes. We can set some fire to it, watch it turn into bronze. Let it burn like lighter fluid till it's dripping like slime. If you stop worrying so much,
when you get quicker at this, you'll just start reaching with this hand to grab this piece, but you'll add in hair as you grab it. I'm not really showing you that way because it's just easier to learn grabbing the chunk, go, grab the chunk, go. But as you get better, you grab and go all in one swoop. But don't worry about that yet. So you just keep grabbing a piece of hair and then going.
Elephant in the room, baby. So let's set the world on fire. You only live once.
And that is it. So now I'm gonna have two opposite braids on my hair because I'm not taking them out. But that's the sitting over one, just so you can see. So not sitting on top of my head, French braid, cornrow, typical cornrow plait sitting on top. Okay. And then see if I can do something cute with this now.
Visions to re-alert the people what times these are we living. But some don't see it straight cause they blinded by religion. A must have seen a faith that move mountains, I'm a witness. Love is all it takes if you found it, stay consistent.
This is the one side. And there's the overside.